In today's video, I'm going to show you guys how to do top DPS while using Frost Spec and Flame Spec Mage in Tarisland. So you guys can do top damage as you can see on the screen right here. Let's start with the Frost Spec first. I'm going to jump straight away into the rotation and explain to you guys the mechanics so you guys will understand this better. So firstly, you want to cast Water Spirit. This is a charge ability which will charge your water. If you look in the middle of your screen, there are 3 spikes. So the Water Spirit will generate 15 water energy per second for 3 seconds. So the next ability on the rotation is you want to be spamming Water Bomb, which will recover water energy by 7. And when you see one spike is full in the middle of your screen, you can cast skill 2, which will convert the first water spike into an ice spike. This second ability is called Ice Spike Weed. So you want to keep repeating the process. Spam skill 1 until you get the second spike full of water, and then cast skill 2 to turn it into ice. Then do for the last third spike, fill it up with water, and then convert it to ice with skill 2. Once you have 3 ice spikes, you want to be casting skill 3, which is called Icicle Storm. This will deal massive damage. As you can see from the tooltip right here for the Icicle Storm, this ability won't deal any crit, but it will consume 30, 60, or 90. So if you have 3 ice spikes in the middle of your screen, it will generate 3 icicles that will attack the target. Each of the icicle will deal damage equal to 235% of your attack plus 345. That's really huge. So you want to keep repeating the rotation. Skill 4 to summon the Water Spirit that will deal AoE damage within 4 meters of the target, as well as generating that water energy that you need for 3 seconds. And then keep spamming skill 1 to generate that water as well, and skill 2 to turn 1 spike of water into 1 spike of ice. You have to do this 3 times before you can release it with skill 3. Alright, let's talk about your big cooldown, which is Ice Increase. It has a 60 seconds cooldown. It will trigger the ice power to boost your combo rate and damage by 8%, as well as attack by 58, which will last 8 seconds. So you guys have to remember that the ice spike will prioritize on combo rate as your primary attribute, while if you're playing flame, you need to prioritize on crit, which I'm going to explain to you later on in this video. Alright, let's talk about your second big cooldown, which is the Inscribed Stone skill. This will cast Water Bomb within 6 seconds for a massive increase in water energy gain. So while this ability is being casted, you will generate water super fast, so you don't have to cast skill 2 every time 1 spike is up, because all 3 spikes will be filled up with water, and then you just have to spam skill 2 3 times to turn all of them into ice before using skill 3 to release all the ice. For AoE situation, I kind of like the Frost spec more than Fire because it has this ability called Snowstorm with 0 cooldown, but however you have to stand still and cast it, and the targets will be slowed and take damage as well, which I really like this ability. Also, don't forget about your movement ability. You have Dimensional Move, which allows you to blink in any direction for 10 meters, and you have 2 charges, means you can blink twice. For Frostbite, you have Ice Shield as well. You'll get Ice Shield that negates 30% of your max HP. It'll last for 30 seconds. And finally, you have this Ice Shock, which launch an ice wave around you to root enemies within 4 meters of your character for 3 seconds. Alright, now let's talk about Flame Spec. Before you play this spec, you'll need a lot of crit as it's your main stats. Let's talk about the rotation and mechanic right away. So when you enter the battle, you need to be casting skill 4, which is Blazing Orb. Why we cast this ability first? Because it'll explode after 2.5 seconds. So you need to time it with skill 3, which we're going to be casting next. Skill 3 is a hit bomb. When you cast this ability, you'll see in the middle of your screen, the bomb icon will glow, and you'll see the fuse will start burning from left to right. So your goal is to stack crit damage on the target as much as possible, which will be indicated by the number in the middle of the bomb. As you can see in the middle of your screen, the bigger the number, the more damage it will do after the fuse detonates the bomb. So that skill 4 will explode with crit damage. that we've casted earlier. And the next step is to cast skill 2, which is Searing Sting. It will detonate Pyro Star in the target and deal magic damage equal to 127% of your attack plus 186. It also applies to 20% crit, which is an important thing there. After it applies 20% crit, now you just have to spam Fireball on the target until skill 2 is back up again. You want to use skill 2 and then you want to wait. Don't use skill 3 first. Wait until skill 4 is up. Now you can use skill 4 and then followed by skill 3, and then by that time skill 2 will be available. So you can use skill 2 and then just repeat the entire process all over again. It's pretty simple, the rotation. If you remember this rotation, you can do maximum damage to the boss even if you don't have that much crit. Alright, let's talk about your big ability cooldown. It is called Flame Boost. After chanting for 8 seconds, you will summon a fire tornado at the targeted area, dealing magic damage equals to 10% of your attack, plus 10 enemies in the range every time the skill hits target. The remaining cooldown will be reduced by 34 seconds. This skill can be cast in movement, but it will be interrupted if you jump. The next big cooldown is your Inscribed Stone skill. You'll gain more hit within 6 seconds. Searing Sting will reset the cooldown of Hit Bomb when detonating it. So when you cast this ability, you'll see huge big numbers in the middle of the bomb. This is because the bomb won't detonate. It keeps resetting whenever Searing Sting is hitting the target. Searing Sting is ability 2. And when you see big numbers in the middle of the bomb, this will mean you'll do massive, huge damage after it detonates later on. The AoE attack for Flame Spec is not as good as the Frost Spec, as it has a cooldown and you have to channel it as well for 1.5 seconds. However, it still deals decent damage. For the movement ability, you still have Dimensional Move and you have Pyro Shield now instead of the Frost Shield, but the stats will still be the same. It'll be 30% of your max HP of Flame Shield this time, and it'll last for 30 seconds. And you'll have Flame Shock. So instead of rooting the target, now you'll perform a knockback to all enemies within 4 meters, and it will slow them as well. So those are the Flame Spec and Frost Spec DPS guide and rotation. I'll be providing all the talent built for both of these specs. Link in the description below. Thank you so much for watching. This is Kasum, your regular adventurer. Peace out.